Ladies and gentlemen, guess who's back? That's right, cue the Scott Storch horn. Wait, Batman Scoop? Fat Boy Slim. No, Batman Scoop. Cue the horn. Go. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one we're going to go with today. Now, first things that you are going to notice, yes, I have a different setup. Firstly, new additions to the bike. We got Ducky. He's my new mascot. That's Ducky. Don't forget that. You are looking at the old camera here. Old camera. That will be revealed a little bit on a later date when it comes to the videos. And yes, I am using a newer GoPro. So before I was using the, I think it was, I don't know, it was single digit old. But now I'm on an 11, okay? So, now, as much as I'd like to start the video right now, obviously we can't because there's an elephant in the room. And that is, where have I been? Where have I been? That is a good question, and I'm going to answer that right now. To assist with that, I do have some notes on my bike, and I'm going to tell you. Okay, so number one, where have I been? Easy question to answer. Firstly, the weather has been shit. And see this gap that it looks like really nice weather and all that? This is temporary. It has been on and off like that for ages, and I mean ages. It's shit. It is garbage. This has been horrible weather, and that's why I'm out here today, because I got 5 minutes where I can ride and explain what's happening. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. So number one, weather has been shit. I haven't been able to do any single videos. Okay, number two, so when it came to when I was traveling, I would put all of my memory on this little portable hard drive like that, right? Well, the outlet for that thing, I'm gonna put a photo of it right there, right now. See that little section right there? That broke. Okay, now unfortunately, right now where I'm situated, it's a very, very small country town, right? Like, it looks big on camera because that's Earth, but it's very small. So there's not much tech here. Not many IT gurus, if you will. So, what happened? That broke, and that took months to fix, and I mean months. I think it was like 3 months I didn't see it for. Not even joking you with that one. There's a car coming. So, not even joking, took 3 months for that bloody thing to get fixed. After it got fixed, that's another good question. After that got fixed, guess what happened? My house flooded. Alright, I giggle at that now, but it's frustrating at the time. So my house flooded, unfortunately. Not with the cyclone that just happened, which is, spoiler alert, the next part. So yeah, house flooded, it pretty much short-circuited my laptop, which then screwed over my hard drive because it was still connected to the laptop, right? So, I had to send away my laptop to get fixed. That took months. When I got it back, turns out the power bank was also stuck, naturally. That took like a month to get another one in, and the right one, because I had to send one back, because the one that's supposed to be compatible with my computer is no longer compatible. So they had to order a more higher spec one for my laptop to charge, right? So there's another problem that occurred. The other problem that occurred was that not only did it short circuit the laptop and the charging point, it also short circuited the bloody, what's it called? The memory bank again. So that one got stuffed up, unfortunately. And not in a good way. So we're looking at 6 months, give or take, to get to this point anyways. So that's how long it's taken. So it's taken 6 months to get to this point. I now have a broken hard drive again. So I went to go get that one fixed. They physically cannot fix it. And granted, it's still not even fixed yet. My Vietnam video, the next video, was coming out on the day it happened. I finished it. It was ready to publish. And then that happened. That tree doesn't look like it's gonna stay upright. Okay, fair enough. Now, so that video was ready to go, and then the flood happened, and then, yeah, everything went wrong with the hard drive as well. So, in order to get that hard drive fixed, they need to find the exact same make and model to actually get that one fixed. And they also need to do a, what's it called? Data recovery on the damn thing. Oh, that's shut. I can't drive down there. I see a car down there. He's probably working there, so let's not do that. Otherwise, I'll just ride. Okay. I'm just going to keep speaking here because it just makes life easy. Yeah, a lot of rocks fall here, and don't go swimming down there either because there's a lot of crocodiles. You're probably wondering where I am. Answers to that very shortly. Oh my god, my bike's heavy. Fuck! Give me a second. Alright, so where were we? So that's now, that hard drive's now fucked. It is still getting, well, it's in the process of getting repaired, alright? Okay, now in between all of this happening, yes, I have been traveling to Vietnam, as you know, because some of the videos are out. I've also been to Japan a few times. I've been banging an RX-7 around Japan. Unfortunately, that's not going to be a video for this because it's car related. I don't want to keep this related to motorbikes, but I do like cars as well. I started with cars. I just prefer motorbikes now. It is very slippery here. Now, on top of that, unfortunately, I can't go too deep into this one, but one of my tenants just happened to be very, very problematic, and getting them out of there was a very long process, months. I think it was also another half of a year to get them out. It was very difficult. So that was also chewing up a lot of my time. So from all these issues, from the hardware to bloody traveling, and then you got really bad tenants, just one thing after another kept on happening. So I've been really busy trying to get that one done. So yes, I moved houses, which also took a lot of time. Moving houses is not an easy thing when you've got as much shit as I do. Then when I moved houses, guess what happened? In case you didn't know, if you are not from here, a little thing called a cyclone happened. That's what happened. So after this cyclone happened, you can imagine there was a big cleanup. There was a huge cleanup, in fact. Everything that you're seeing here right now actually was flooded. So that's the river that you just saw before there. That's back there. That flooded this whole section here. So this got stuffed. Oh, man. So this whole place got stuffed with the cyclone. So, yes, there was quite a few repairs to do, cleaning up and whatnot. I had to focus on work at that time because of the floods. Speaking of which, that is the next thing, work. Now, I am self-employed. I'm 100% self-employed. So I do need to rely on myself, and sometimes I need to be an adult. And adulting sucks, but I need to make money. And that's what happened. I focused on making money and being an adult, because it just happens sometimes. And I also got a few projects that I'm currently working on, and they need a lot of attention right now. What they are, that's for future stories. Wow, so that used to look nice. It doesn't anymore. And don't question my riding gear. Piss off. Stay. I'm cool. Now, let's have a look down here, shall we? That looks cool. Oh. Well, that used to look cooler before it was cycloned to the shit house. But yeah, you can see quite a bit of damage here. You can see where all this was up, all the way up to these trees and higher. A lot of this got flooded and whatnot. Yeah, maybe I'll do a separate videos for that. I think that's most of the stuff that I have mentioned, so let's do a recap on that one. We've been to Japan a couple of times. I had to go to Vietnam. Cyclone, got flooded, had another flood prior to that one. I'm probably missing a few things right now. It's all on my list. And then all the computer problems, obviously, and the hard drive and the outlets and stuff like that. It has taken months. And I did also get a new setup, which is this. You probably haven't even seen this helmet yet because I haven't done any videos with this helmet, but it's all scratched up because I use it that much already. Yeah, so this is a whole new setup, so you can actually hear me better, and I apologize, because the first thing you're going to notice is how shit the quality of my videos in the past were. You're not going to have this, you're not going to have the different angles. You might have some angles because I just take off the camera, but now I've got the camera here and blah, 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 blah. Oh, man, I miss being on the bike. This is great. I do miss speaking to myself too, because I don't know why. It keeps me sane or insane. I don't know. That's my phone. And I think that's a good, cute time to go. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a big list of everything right in front of you, of everything that happened and why it's taken me so long to post. So I appreciate you if you have stuck around through this whole time and you've waited for these videos to come out. They are coming out now. I have more time. Business has been going great. Everything's now running smoothly. And I hope you enjoy the video. America! Oh man, tasted my lunch. That was not good. And it's stuck in my helmet. Ah, crap. Ah!
So in the end, I went to the mud baths, had a beer, bathed, relaxed, ended up looking like Kratos, let's be honest. Then I saw this on the wall, which is called the What Is It wall. And what it is me getting the frack out of there before I get stabbed to death. Took a tourist shot, then I took a tourist shot, then I also took a tourist shot, and then a tourist shot, then looked into the distance like a mad lad, and then off to oblivion I went.
Alright, this isn't my usual SD card. I had to switch it really quickly because I left it in my laptop like an idiot. I always do this. Well, not that, but always. Something wrong. Anyway, so I'm leaving this town for good. Best bath of my life, which I'm sure I would have put in there already for that. But now, I'm off to Georgia, so I am going to install Channel Supporter. We're going to get straight to Georgia. About 200. Alright, let's do this. Another day, another ride. Start some music. My friend's kind of hanging out my pocket, so I'm just kind of wow, a blue car!
Now I know my jacket has zipper pockets, but let's not tempt fate. We're gonna put it back in the bag. I'm sure I've lost a lot of shit from my pocket before. And the last thing I need is to lose it in the middle of Australia.
Hello.
Yes, another day riding in the desert, looking at a whole lot of nothing, and a lot of nothing there was. Still very nice though, and relaxing.
So very quick break. Apparently the old GPS Rooney isn't charging, and that's not a good thing. Kind of need that to charge. It says it's on. Alright, hold on, let me figure this out. So, crisis averted. That shit just gets loose sometimes. Nothing too serious. Quick stop. Making great time anyway. What is the time? Got 170 kilometers to go. It's only 250. Right. Winning. We'll be fine today. Oh, there's a campground there, by the way. Middle of nowhere, like everything else. Oh, I'm surviving on these bloody lollies. Works out well for me though. Like $1 a packet. Alright, I'm gonna get riding. This truck looks very big. That wasn't that big. So, stopping here for two reasons. One, I want to switch my glasses so I can actually see the colours of the desert, because I've never seen them like this red before in my life. Hence why I'm out here.
So, remember how I said this?
Alright, this isn't my usual SD card. I had to switch it really quickly because I left it in my laptop like an idiot.
Long story short, this is my campsite. Isn't it lovely? Every single one of my SD cards was full. We're off to a good start, aren't we?
Alright. Here we go. Different angle. I don't know if I have to yell so much with the camera being here. Probably not. But I just met one of the coolest couples ever. They have literally travelled for 9 years, and apparently they met people who have been travelling even longer, like up to 14 years. She met a lady doing it by herself, 80 something years old, 14 years. Mate, that is a dream. No working, just travel in a caravan for years on end. I might have to figure out how to make this work for the long run, eh? Because this is awesome. I don't know about doing it on the bike for a long run because yeah, it can be a bit annoying setting up your camp all the time. Unless if I get some sort of a custom made camping trailer for the bike, but I don't know, trailer on the bike just doesn't suit me. It's not a me thing. At least if I get a camper van or a Jeep or something like that, I can put the a motorbike on the back, you know, get a little dirt bike or something. So yeah, that's always a better idea for me, if anything. As much as I would love a van, I'd get a Jeep for it. I'd buy like a little 2-door Jeep for now, but maybe in the future I'd get a 5-door for obviously the room, but you know, just get rid of the back seats. And yeah, that would be my goal. Also, yeah, where am I? The fucking desert, if you haven't figured that out. Not the best roads out here. No, actually, this is my campsite. There was a really nice campsite. This is probably one of my favorite places so far. Best staff that you could ask for. Best staff. Met the caretakers, they were super lovely. Look what they get to do, you know, just none of the corporate bullshit. You can tell I'm over, hold on, here we go. Oh. You can tell I'm over that whole bullshit corporate, you know, life, can't you? And I'm gonna stop recording, save some battery and some footage for a bit later. Boom. Some days, this fuel thing wants to be a pain in the ass. Do you know what? Today, it's one of those days. Alright, so, this is like America. You have to guess how many litres you need. And then you pay for it first before you fill up. And you've got to do it yourself. So, a little bit different out here in the wild. It's alright. Not a fan of it, but it's alright. Okay, here we go. Oh, so, interesting things that I've... Mine pump one, yeah. Interesting things I learned. So that IOR fuel station that I went to the other day where it was just a milk crate, little clip here, that is a truck fueling station. So they only accommodate to trucks. So long story short, IOR off my list. So I'm glad that the people at the America hotel told me that. Alright. Okay, so here's the annoying thing. You have to... you just kind of select the dollar amount that you need. Now, $10 got me about 5 litres yesterday. I think I can put another 6 in there. So let's just say $12. So yeah, now I just got to see if this will fill it up or not. You're kind of just risking this shit, and you can keep going back and forth till it's actually kind of completely filled up. But yeah, realistically speaking, I think mine's a 13 litre tank. And how the fuck are you supposed to know how many litres you use on a... yeah, on this bike, you know your kilometres, just not litres. Pain in the ass. Alright, here we go. Let's see how much that gets me. Probably sweet fuck all.
Ever wondered why I edit so much? Well, I'm going to show you why. Ready for a nice, long, unedited fuel fill up? This is why I edit shit.
Wait, we're nearly at the top. So I'm going to have, I said $12 and it's on 10, so that's alright. It's pretty much going to be a full tank. I'm going to get my money's worth, mate. I don't know if this is petty or not. But it's happening. $2. If it gets to $1, then I'll be happy.
Oh my god, she's working out perfectly. Oh gosh, you know what? I didn't realise you could fill it up so much further. It's like taking a whiz in a bowl and trying to see how much you're trying to fit in. $1.76 so far. Oh, nailed it. How about them apples? Got my money's worth, and here I was going to stop at $10 and lose $2. Not gonna happen, Samuel. Don't even know what that means, but I'm sticking with it. Full commit. Don't know if that's fully locked. Perfect, that'll do. That's not locked at all. Give me a miss there. I knew this was going to be the case, but I just really don't feel like buying a pie. Should I go have a look anyway? Just chuck a pie in there, have it on the road midway. Ah, fuck it, I might as well. Before I piss off into oblivion. It's like nearly 2 o'clock and haven't even got started. Still in the same town. It's kind of nice though. Take it nice and slow. No rush. Oh look, that works out. Well, for me anyway, they're closed. That's alright. Get straight to the point. Straight to my next destination, road train. That's a big one too. Let's have a look at it. That's a big train. I've always wanted to see a road train. I thought they'd be bigger, but maybe I've just been watching too many American movies. More than likely that's the case. Right, before I get going, I was about to make sure that everything is put on charge. So I've got nothing on my solar pack today, which as you know, it's on my back. But I have got I've broken it on camera, naturally. Oh, it's just a rubber part, at least it closes still. It's the main thing. I was hoping to fix that by the next campsite that I get to. Why isn't that being a bitch? There's that book in there. Anyway, always got to have this. Is the thing that has to be done 100% of the time. We'll set that up to Windora. I don't think we need it. I think it's just a straight shot to the bloody place anyway. Let's just try to park next to me. Oh my god, hold on. No idea what that guy was doing. Anyway. So there's apparently a lookout here, Baldy Top Lookout. It's only 4 kilometers away, so why not? Ah, it must be that one over there. I don't want to just go from town to town. I want something to do today, you know? Rather than keep riding and riding and riding. I've got 200 odd kilometers to go. I don't want to do that straight. Obviously I'm going to have a break in the middle, but still. Yeah, obviously I'm not going to do that one way straight, but still. I kind of want to explore a little bit. I haven't been doing too much exploring the last few places. Mind you, there haven't been actual places to visit when I go there. Well, I probably just haven't looked too hard into it. You know, there's, like recommendations that I get that that sounds shit. Like this Inu egg carving thing that some local told me about in the gully. I thought, nah, I don't want to look at bloody eggs. I'll go to Woolies if I want to do that. Oh, here we go. So I learned something interesting yesterday. So all the towns out here in Queensland, out country Queensland, are roughly 200 kilometers away from each other. Because apparently that's like the maximum distance that the horses could go back in the past. So the horses would go 200 kilometers, then they would go to the settlement, switch horses, and go another 200 kilometers. So that's why each settlement is 200 kilometers per settlement. As opposed to New South Wales, where it's, you know, like 100, 150. But there's a lot more mountains, so there's a, you know, a little bit different as opposed to here. That's why it's a lot longer. So it's interesting, I learned this from a local. It comes from a guy who is a caretaker of a hotel. At the hotel that I stayed at, the campsite. I had to stay at that campsite because it's got our, what's it called, laundry. And I needed to get stuff done, especially after my trip to Insta getting more bugs on me. I need to get rid of that one, that's for sure. Yeah, other cool knowledge about that town as well. It's one of the towns that do these races sometime throughout the year. So I'm going to the second town and the third town as well, in that order actually, on where they hold the races. And they apparently shut down the whole town for these races. They do like Gabby racing and all this other kind of cool stuff. So yeah, that's kind of interesting. All the hot water from that place too, this is cool, it all comes from deep underground. So it's all really just boiling hot. It's naturally hot water, hot springs. That's why I see a lot of artesian hot springs here. So it comes deep underground. So when they actually drill to get the water, it's all disinfected, all germs are killed and good to go. They just need to cool down the water to actually drink it. So just the complete opposite way to usual, huh? That's a cool town. Great guy who was caretaker of that campsite gave me all this advice with fuel stops and whatnot. That's how I know the IOR fuel stations. It doesn't say shit, you know, when you go on Google Maps. Also, Google Maps doesn't acknowledge the few petrol stations on the way too, which is really frustrating. But I downloaded something called, I can't remember, I'll put a little notation on the screen now, but yeah, it's an app that pretty much shows all the fuel stations around here. It's pretty accurate. They update it pretty often. When we were downloading it, the last update was 6 minutes ago from, you know, looking at the fuel station that I didn't know existed. So yeah. But anyway, so I'm on my way to Windori. Yeah, just under 3 hours ride. It's going to be longer if I keep on this slow, so I might speed it up a bit. There's not much to record out here, so I might just hit the stop button and record something if I find something interesting. My GPS I went over that grid right there, which was a lot bumpier than expected, and it wasn't connected to the charge point, so this fell right off and, well, it's broken. Ironically enough, just as soon as I watched a video on YouTube about a $4,000 mistake with a Apple computer, I'm not going to leave it out here because, you know, that's just littering. So hopefully my Maps.me works. I should be fine. So if I'll download Maps.me and I'll use that from now on. Just it's not the most accurate thing in the world, that's all, so it's going to be interesting. Part of the journey. Last time I checked, I think I was 164 kilometers away from it, so I'm near there anyway, about an hour and a half. Alright, here we go. And that, my friends, is exactly why I don't like having my, and I refuse to and never put my phone on the handlebars. I know that you can get all these lock systems and whatnot, but you just never bloody know. Well, it's only, well, it is only, but already 4:14, hour and a half, America. I'll get there at shit. Cutting it close for sunset. Better get to it then, eh? Here we go.
Alright, I tried to read from a script, but this is a long script, so I'm just going to freeball this one. So this is one of the saddest stories you're going to hear. When I was at that campsite, the lovely one where I lost all my SD card grabbing abilities, yeah, we're going to go with that. This is unedited, remember. I was sitting down by the campfire, having a nice drink, enjoying my whiskey, eating my dinner, in that order, and I see this family in the distance, and they're just sitting down, having a great time, right? And then the parents decide to go to bed. It's getting a bit late. Then the guy sees me sitting by myself by the campfire. He already brings his chair up to me and he goes, "Hey, you don't mind if I join you, do you?" I'm like, "You know what? Not at all, mate. Sit down, bring up that chair." So naturally, we traded stories, had a yarn, and if you don't know what yarn means in Australia, it just means have a good chat, talk shit. So that's what we did. We did that for a while. So I told him my story, because he asked first, so I gave him that. And then I learnt his. The saddest story in the world. So this poor bastard, he bought his van roughly 6 to 8 months ago, if I remember correctly. The second day of owning his van, some dickhead decided to crash into it. What a lovely bastard. So he crashed into this guy's 2-day-old van. This van was going to be his van to travel around Australia, and it was ruined by some dickhead on the road. So after the accident, naturally he went to go get everything fixed. That trip that I met him on was supposed to start months ago. Months and months and months ago, in fact. So like I said, he bought the van many months ago, got crashed into day 2, so he had to get it repaired, and given that it is COVID, everything was taking a little bit longer than usual. Still, granted, it got done pretty quick, given that it is COVID. However, not quick enough. The parents that he was traveling with, he was supposed to travel with them for 6 months. But because of the van, he couldn't do that. So I asked him, how long is he going to be traveling for now? And then he tells me, 1 week. That's right, 1 week. And on top of that, in those 6 months, he had a divorce. Young fella as well, I think he's about 35, my age, right? So not only did some dickhead crash into it, he also had a divorce. And he could only travel for 1 week because all of his leave was gone. Is that not the saddest story you've ever heard in your life? That's crap, man. Especially during COVID, there was nothing else to do. So after he decided to share that story with me, put a bit of a damper in the mood. Not gonna lie. But he was a good bloke. At least he did get out in the end, even though it was for a week. All he could do was drive essentially from Brisbane to where we currently were, and then go back to Brisbane. That sucks.
You can actually benefit of $75,000. Home area. I'm going to have a walk because I've got quite a lot of sunlight left anyway, so boom shalom. Later. Boom. Wait a minute. Is that like a grave? Because if it is, no thank you. Oh. It's a grave, an actual grave. I think that must be the guy who owned the pub or something. Either way, I'm not going to stay at this specific spot now. I will stay here, just not this spot. There's a grave there, and there's a work site right there. The entrance is literally just there. So, I'm not staying right here, primarily because of the grave. But, I'm going to ride up there, go across the road, see what else is around, and go from there, hey. I don't want to stay here either, because right here, well, the highways, you can see it just before those caravans, so I don't have to deal with traffic all night. Not that there's going to be any, but you never know. So I might go a little bit further down there, see what's out there. Go from there, but I do kind of like it here. If it's a worst case scenario if I don't like it over there. But yeah, here we go again. My bike's really hot. I can do that any other day without the gear. I could actually unload my gear and then walk up there, but I feel like that's a lot of effort. There is a person camping over there though, so it looks... That must be the truck I overtook a long time ago. Alright, let me just bloody have a walk. I need to get this tent up.
I'm over it already. Fuck it, YOLO. Oh, I'm gonna regret this. Nailed it. That was actually very slippery. Alright. Now let's find a place. That was honestly like, it was like flour. That's how fine that sand was. That's why I was concerned. People were watching me too. I would have been wild down myself.
And here we are. We have finally made it to the campsite after a very, very long day's ride and a very, very long wait for this video. Where am I? Absolutely no idea. This campsite was a recommendation from the last campsite's owner. He just said that there's a campsite just before the town that you can camp out that's free, and that is why I'm here. And he also didn't mention why I'm going to hate this campsite and why I did hate it more than any other campsite that I visited. But more of that in the next video. And once again, I apologize for the very, very long wait for this video, and if you're stuck with me for the entire time, I very, very, very much appreciate it. Again, I'm going to post the reasons up right here in front of you why it's taken me such a long time to post up this video, but now everything is smooth. More videos to come and more trips planned. You won't believe some of the videos that I have planned coming in the future. And yes, they will be published this entry. Until the next time, stay upright. Motorbike terminology.
Just so I have it on the same camera. Look at that. That's not bad, but I can tell the flies here and piss me off. I don't have a choice. I'm here. This will do. And I'm going to move my bike a little bit forward. And that's exactly where I'll be tonight. Done.